Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me for this little session of just discussing a couple of the topics that have been prevalent in my life recently. For those of you who don't know, I have moved to Fort Lauderdale. I've been living here since mid of January, and I started really diving deep into myself here and getting into the tantric work and really figuring out what it is and what kind of relationship that I want to move forward with, and what is it that I really want to cultivate in a partnership with whoever that person will be in my life or whoever those people are in my life. So I wanted to discuss the ideas that I'm kind of opening up to right now about monogamy, polyamory, open relationships, and a lot of the things that I've been exploring and reflecting off are coming from a book that I started reading, and it's called, I don't know if the book is flipped, it's called The Ethical Slut by Janet Hardy and Dossie Easton. So the premise of this book is pretty much to help the awakening society to look at relating to other people in a different way. And this book is not so much about even sexual relationships, it's about relationships in general. And for me, in my work at least, and in my exploration, I've been really passionate about relationships, connection, and really exploring how deep that we can go with each other, with our friends, with our family, with our lovers, and to really like push the boundaries, open up the edges that feel uncomfortable, and to explore what is on the other side of that for us to experience. Because personally, I don't like to be limited. I like my freedom. I'm a free spirit. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to be in a relationship and have, one monogamous relationship sometime in the future. But right now, I'm in a place in my life where I am exploring polyamory. I'm exploring concept of open relationship, and overall just being in a genuine connection with the people in my life, and not having to call it a relationship, but to create something that is unique, that is authentic, and that resonates with me and my soul and my own desires. So I'm only a couple chapters into this book, and so far what I've been reflecting on is the idea of a traditional relationship of getting married and settling down and having kids and having one relationship that you're in for the rest of your life is very outdated. We are an evolving society. We are awakening, we're learning, we are applying so many new ways to our technological advances, to our way, the way that we live, our lifestyle, our health, our relationships should be the same thing. So why are we not evolving our relationships just like we are evolving everything else that's part of our lives? And I think like once people start to explore that side, it becomes a lot more relevant to them, because they see that there's more opportunity to explore something that is new. And I think for us right now, um, as we are somewhat kind of ready to see what else is out there, this is kind of exciting. Another book that I'm reading, I'm always reading a couple books at the same time, is called Mastery of Love, and this one is by Don Miguel Ruiz. And halfway through this one, and the point of this book is also talking about relationships, but in here he's really talking about the relationship that we create with ourselves, and how that is the most ideal relationship that you need to work on before even trying to cultivate relationship with other people. And in the first chapters of this book, he talks about love and how the love that we used to know, or the love before, I would say, the awakening consciousness started to happen, is a lot about control and fear and manipulation. That in a sense, I will love you if you are this way. I will love you if you give me this. I will love you if you do this for me. So the point of the book so far is that we have attached conditions and also expectations on love. And that is what's really preventing us for truly experiencing unconditional love that is free, that doesn't have boundaries, and that can truly express itself in beautiful ways. But we can't let it happen because we are conditioning it and suppressing it into our own belief. And what I liked about this book is that he talks about how when you meet somebody, you create a persona. You create a persona for yourself. He calls it a mask. You put on a mask when you go on a date of yourself, how you want to portray yourself to that individual. And you also create a persona, a mask for how you are going to see that other individual. So you already are going to meet this new person with an expectation of what you think he or she will be or not will be. And during the time of your meeting, the entire time what's happening is that you are collecting data, you are collecting information on that person to see if his information will fit the image that you have created for yourself of that person to be. So I don't know if that was really complicated or if you were able to follow me, but pretty much like we expect for people to be a certain way, and if they fit our box, then we'll proceed and we'll connect with them more. Or if they don't fit our box, we shut them down and we move on to the next, right? So I am learning through this book to really see what expectations have I been putting on my previous partners and on the partners that I'm seeking for myself in the future. And I'm also starting to reflect on what kind of personalities have I been creating in different circles of relationships that I have that are not fully who I am. And in this book, he goes in details just saying how we create like tons of these masks, how the way that we truly are is different, the way that we are with our family, the way that we are at work, the way that we are with our close friends, the way that we are with our lovers, the way that we are, when we go out in public. So point being is that we create all these identities and we sometimes get lost in these identities if we embody them for too long, and those identities start to dwell and create our future. So Mastery as Love is a lot about figuring out, what identities have you been holding on to, and really trying to let those identities go so that you can be truly who you are and express yourself just as you are authentically, no matter in what circle you are. And you see, for a lot of people, that can be very fearful because we are constantly living in the fear of not being accepted. We are living in the fear of being judged, of being shamed, of being put through situations that will make us feel uncomfortable. And all of that is personally very understanding because, I can relate. I live a very deeply philosophical life, and the way I see the world is very not like how other people see it. And some of the challenges I experience most is, relating to my mom. Sometimes I feel like, she judges me for the choices that I am making. She's not accepting the fact that I am creating my own type of reality. So sometimes I feel like I can't be my fully self when I'm with my family just because I don't want to have to defend myself. And every time we talk to her, I have to defend myself and make her feel okay that I am okay on my path that I am at. Okay, so that's kind of what this book is about. A really good book. It's a really fast read. I definitely recommend it. It's called, once again, The Mastery of Love. And moving into the topics of polyamorous relationships. So for those who don't know, I have been in a relationship for about 2 years with my partner from Orlando. And when we broke up last year, one of the reasons that, well, there were a lot of reasons, but long story short, I wanted to explore something more. I felt that if I am in a relationship with someone and that someone is not able to give me an experience that I am truly craving to have, then that person shouldn't limit me to having that experience. Because in a way, I saw that to be very selfish. If my partner wants to have something that will bring joy, happiness, fulfillment into his life, I don't want to prevent him from doing that. And whether that experience is of sexual matter with someone else, whether that experience is traveling to another country by himself, or just having an intimate conversation with another woman, like, I don't want to feel like he's not gonna have that because of me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want for our relationship to be free, and I want for us to have the opportunity to experience what it is that we seek to experience. And all of that, obviously, if you are in a relationship and you are exploring polyamory and open concepts, like, you have to talk about it. You have to communicate. You have to work on your boundaries and discuss what feels comfortable and what not, because unfortunately there are people who are not ready for that type of exploration. Okay, I am talking about the concept of open love. I personally think that it's an advanced way of thinking. Not everybody is ready for that, because there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of emotional things that are going to come up that some people just, they don't want to deal with it. Okay, some people on this earth are here to live, to work, to have fun, to enjoy this life, and to evolve. Of course, that's like a natural thing, but they don't want to evolve quick. They don't want to jump and explore themselves into the territory that's going to feel uncomfortable, because that's the work, that's the deep inner soul work that not everyone is here to do. However, they are people who are awakening, and masses are awakening, and I feel like I am one of those people who is here to inspire and to also lay out the foundation for what is possible for humanity moving forward. Okay? So as I'm exploring these concepts and I'm relating them into my life, I'm relating them to you and to my community and to my followers, because I feel that every time we connect, every time I share something, I plant a seed into your mind's eye to whether explore it at some time in the future, maybe explore right away, or maybe it's not even going to be touched for many, many years. But I just know that planting seeds is an essential aspect of my purpose on life, because, I do see the world in a different eyes, and I hope that sometime in the future, maybe in my lifetime, maybe not, that we can truly find unconditional love and freedom for this human life. And it all starts within. It all starts with the way we truly see ourselves and the way we relate to the world through our own perception. And having these books is an essential aspect of grounding information and gathering sources from other people who've been doing it, who've been practicing these advanced ways of being, if I can say that, and to see how I relate with that. Because in this book, I don't agree with everything they say, so it's important to also use your discernment. Discern, and discern as much as you can, because we live in the world where information is everywhere. It's an overload of information everywhere, and anytime you go into your phone, anytime you open your laptop, there's information. And if you're not discerning, if you're not feeling into your heart to see what resonates with you and your being, then you might be feeding yourself crap that just kind of stagnates the mind, that just puts things in your head that don't need to be there. So practice mindfulness when it comes to information, and don't overwhelm yourself with concepts that you're not ready to face. And that's another thing. Some people need to understand that polyamory might sound really fun and awesome, because for a lot of people, they don't understand what true polyamory is. It's not about just going out and having freedom to have sex with whoever you want. That's not what it's about. Polyamory is about having relationships with more than one person. Okay, so it's very different. Yes, you can go out and have sex with other people, but it's not just about physical connection. Polyamory and relationships in general is about that soul-to-soul connection, that authentic relating, and creating these bonds with people who are here to support you, to help, to nurture you, to help you evolve, and to be there for you when you need them. Random hookups and Tinder dates, they're not going to be there for you when you really need support. And that's why polyamory is different. And if you want to explore it, I suggest that you read the books and you kind of find your own truth in that. So moving into my next topic for sacred sexuality, and once again, all of this is just like leading in from this book, from what I've been exploring, and the idea of having casual sex. So personally, I don't relate to casual sex any longer. Ever since finding Tantra like over a year ago, I simply cannot, because to me, physical sex, just like surface banging it out, like I can't do it. It doesn't nurture me. It doesn't feed my soul. It doesn't bring anything into my experience that is going to assist me, enlighten me, give me something that I can't give to myself. So if I am choosing to share my body, my space, my energy with someone else, I want for that person to be in a state of mind and a state of awareness where they can share themselves with me, not just through sex, but also energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. And when we are able to see sexuality in a sacred way and treat sex as a ritual and treat our bodies as divine vehicles for pleasure, for sharing, for connection, you will start to treat yourself differently. You will not have a desire to go fuck just anyone. Like, you're not going to just fuck for fun. You're going to want to connect. You're going to want to explore your body, the other person's body. There is more to it than just the physical essence. And as I am now starting to teach with clients and work with tantric massage, I'm really seeing that a lot of people are very blocked energetically in their body. They are seeking external satisfaction. They're seeking the orgasmic ejaculation experience, and then they're done. They don't know how to feel into their body, how to experience pleasure through other ways outside of just physical ejaculation. And this is why I'm also encouraging people to look into tantric practices and to start learning how to connect with your partners, with your lovers in other ways than just sex. Because sex is a beautiful aspect, and yes, it feels amazing, especially if you are with somebody you love and you feel connection with, but there's other ways that we can really hone into that, like, soul to soul connection, and that's what Tantra is gonna teach you. Okay, so I don't know if I have anything else to share for today. Thank you so much for everyone who's jumping on. If you guys want to hear anything else as far as these topics goes, let me know. I honestly haven't been jumping on my laptop very much lately. I've been kind of like in my workflow here in Fort Lauderdale area. I've been really enjoying not having to spend time online, but I'm also understanding that I need to be inspired to share what I share. So today was one of those days. So yeah, if you want to hear something else, shoot me a comment or leave me a message, and when I'm inspired, I'll cover those topics as well. But until then, you guys, like, I'm super excited. Like, I feel really good. I feel very much in alignment with where I'm at right now in life, and I just want for everybody to know that we shifted into a new energetic state. And if you are feeling it, and most likely you are, you know what I'm talking about. Like, January and February and March have been very intense, very heavy, a lot of turmoil. A lot of people are going through changes, transitions, new places, new jobs, and all of that is just helping us, like, shift us into that next level where we can truly find who we are and what's our purpose here on earth is. So enjoy April, enjoy these energies, cultivate that inner peace and inner harmony, and allow for the universe to reflect that back to you in your external reality. All right, you guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you sometime next time. Take care.